Okay, what we're going to show you now is how we're going to fit our new self-fit impact cover to a freshly prepared foam that we've put a new scrim foam over. Now, it's not essential that you put this scrim foam over the top, but if you want to, it makes for a smoother finished job. Now, ultimately, the tools that you really need are three simple things. We like to glue our cover so that when it's in race conditions it doesn't move on the foam, but you need some glue, you need a stapler, and you need some blades basically to trim off after you've peeled the cover round. So we would obviously always use an air stapler because we have the privilege of having that on site, but for you guys, you can just get one of these like little impact staplers like you'd use for any craft thing from a hobby store. But bear one thing in mind, don't put too long of staples in, because the too long of staples basically will come through the actual foam, and after hard conditions of using it, it will wear your foam out from the inside, and then you're going to see a hole coming. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull out our new self-fit impact cover, and you'll see that this now has a nose on the front of it, which basically you can hook over the top of all there. When we make these covers for the Raptors 250s, the YFZ 450s, and the Honda TRX 450s. Now, the idea here is you've got to pick up the center line on the back of it, okay, from the badge realistically, and what we kind of do is we make a mark on the back there so we know where the center is. Hook the front on nice and tight, and then what we would like to do, the way that we fit them, is we will put some of this exactly the same spray glue down through the center. And what you'll find then is that when your cover gets used for quite a long time, it doesn't ruffle up and you don't get all these wrinkles showing. Now the secret here is to kind of pull that foam tight, pull the cover tight over the foam and get your center. And then you'll see Jim, he's going to rub the sender down there with a view to get that on there nice and tight. Ultimately, that makes your job so much easier. What we then do is pull it around the back. You can use glue if you wish, but pull it around the back, pull it nice and tight, and start in the center and get yourself a couple of staples. Then ultimately you need to work to the furthest corner, normally the bit on the radius there which Jim just showed you with his fingers. You pull that one tight, couple of staples, same on the other side, making sure that you've got rid of any wrinkles that's likely to form in the cover. Don't be frightened to pull it because they're very durable. You see a small line there just forming, but that is easily pulled out because we use a nice elasticated gripper that has a bit of movement in it, and that movement obviously gives you the ability of getting rid of wrinkles. Now, as a rule, we would glue this as well, but it's not essential. It's just the fact that we've been doing it for so long now, we like them glued. It gives us the ability to pull it round, and if we've got any issues, you can pull it back off again because it's a contact adhesive. Working it into that corner. Now, this same application you can use on any of our covers, not only the self-fit range, but the self-fit range gives you a good head start because it hooks the front on. Now, some other of our competitors use a product where you pull an inch of material around the corners. Now that's fine, but as you can see, if you've got 3 inches there to be able to get hold of, you can get a nice pull on it. You can get this cover nice and tight because it's going to move. It's going to get used in a very hard condition in most of the occasions because it's a sports quad. It's much easier obviously with an air stapler, but we fully understand that not everybody's got them. We will show you in a minute how you can finish it, but for the purposes of this video it's quicker for us to be able to show you how we can do it with an air stapler. We'll show you the mechanical stapler. It does exactly the same job. It's just not as quick, as you have to squeeze the trigger every time. There you go. A little bit harder to get in tight spaces as well. Alternatively, if you have any issues with regards to that, you can obviously use some glue or a contact adhesive, like a two-part contact adhesive, which gives you the ability to peel that on and off and give you a little more flexibility. But you can see now from this video quite comfortably, with a little bit of practice, 10 to 15 minutes you could have yourself a cover fitted, even if it's your first time. Don't be frightened if you end up having a wrinkle underneath the seat. That's quite common because of course that material doesn't want to work both ways. You're putting it in an aperture that makes it smaller. You'll find that once you've got that stapled in there, and we kind of use something around the 5mm to 8mm maximum length staples. Bear in mind our gun will punch them in exactly the right depth that they need to go. So don't buy staples for your hobby gun that are 1/2 inch long, because you'll find that your cover's only going to last you 6 months because it's going to wear your foam out. And there you are, you've got a cover now without any wrinkles, and all you're really left to do is just trim the edges off carefully from underneath. Jim can manage this in 50 seconds, he's done it in 10 minutes. There it is. 2014 Impact self-fit cover for a 250 Raptor. Well done, Jim.